Hi, everybody. My name is Joanne, your host, and today we're receiving Emmanuel George. So we are so excited to have her this evening with us, and I can't wait to see, to discover, to learn more about herself and what she's doing. So without further ado, I'm going to add her on the live, and we're gonna have so much.
Hi, Emma. How are
Hey,
you?
I am good. I'm great. I am tired, but I'm good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us this
Of
afternoon.
course, it's a pleasure. I love the work that you're doing. So I wouldn't miss it. Today was
Thank
a
you so
long,
much.
long, long day.
I know. I know. That's why I'm so grateful that you were able to still make it this evening.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me.
So
Whew.
this afternoon, we're going to find out who is Emmanuel, the woman behind all the different stuff that we have been seeing online. And obviously, most importantly, not most important, but all the different dances, the classes, and everything. So we're going to find out a little bit more about all of this. So, first question, as usual, can you tell us more about yourself?
Sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hold on. Okay. Who am I? That's a big question. I am a woman. That's how I would describe myself first. Can you hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am a woman. I love being a woman. I love everything that comes with being a woman. I love being soft, but still I love the fact that I can be soft and strong at the same time. I like the fact that I can feel my emotions and show my emotions because I know that there's a stigma when you're a man, you grow up and they kind of tell you not to. So thank God I did not have to live with that because I love being in touch with my emotions, love expressing myself, love nurturing others. I'm a mom. I'm a mom of a 6-year-old little boy that I adore who has been more than a teacher for me than I ever thought. Malik made me realize how strong I can be. Like from he was born sick and first child, he was born at 2 months. We traveled together, just him and I, for him to get treatment in the States. And it was the first time that I was like, hey, wait a minute, I'm strong. And
Oh,
it's something that I always remember. And then I'm a life coach. That's what I do. That's what everybody knows me for. So I am a life coach. So what I do is um I help people. I explain this in so many ways, so many times,
yeah.
but I help people figure out what they want in life, and
Yeah.
I give them the tools and techniques so that they can go after it, go and get it, basically. Because we all want things in life and sometimes we
Yeah.
don't know where to start, how to start. So what I do, I don't do it for my clients. I just come, we talk, and I make them realize their own potential and their own abilities. And I'm just there as a motivator. I'm just there as a supporter, as an accountability partner. Obviously, I'm also a dance teacher. I created the Love Your Body dance class a couple of years ago, 10 years to be exact,
Oh
this
my
year.
God.
Yes, on the 25th, I'm celebrating 10 years. That's why I look like this. I had a photo shoot today. This is so much.
Wow, this is
So,
beautiful.
um, so I help women with through my dance class. It's coaching through dance. So I just use dance as a medium to help women feel good in their skin and accept their bodies, flaws and all. So that's me.
Oh my gosh. First, I want to say that, I am so, so proud of you because I remember it's something I tend to struggle with because I remember you and a couple of other girls like when you were little, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not babies anymore. They're grown women. Like, oh my gosh, like they're doing this. So it's just like it's such a pleasure and an honor to kind of say, oh my gosh, like, I've known her and this is all the great thing that she's doing now. So I'm super proud of you.
Thank
Super,
you so
super
much. I'm
proud of
proud of you
you.
too. I remember you too, but in my mind, you were so big and so grown, and I was little. And here we are sitting together talking about our life and sharing and connecting. I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh, life is exceptional.
Yep.
Okay. So, how did you really start it? How did you, you got to the point where, this is what I want to do? Where the ideas did I, yeah. What's inspired you to kind of like decide that's where you wanted to take the business to? Like,
Well,
especially with, the dances, is this something that you always wanted to do, or it's just, it just clicked, like something happened in life and you realize, like, well, women, we need this, or.
it's two things. I think that the first thing is that I've said that story many times, and I'm sure I have people that haven't heard it, but for my followers, they know. In 2012, I fell into a deep depression,
Mhm.
and I was diagnosed with depression. And in university in the States, they told me to go see a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist was like, "Listen, this is not the end of the world. I'm going to prescribe you some antidepressants, and you're going to be fine." And I want to clarify that today, working in the mental health um, sector, I know that for some people, taking pills is something that actually helps them thrive and live a normal life. And I have nothing against pills. And sometimes it is the thing to do to actually go get the life that you need, that you want, because it is what it is. But at the time,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'm 21 years old, 22 maybe, 21, um 22 or something. And at the time, I didn't know anything about mental health. And for me, being raised in the Haitian community, taking pills
Yeah,
meant you're cuckoo, you're crazy. So obviously,
exactly.
got scared. I reached out to my parents and I said, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I stopped working. I quit school. I need to come back home because I'm not well. And I came back to Haiti. And from that point, it was kind of like, what is next?
Yeah.
And it started with saying, what do you want? Who are you? And I had no
Hmm.
idea who I was. I had no idea what I wanted. And I realized that for a very long time, I always say it like this: I lived outside and I
Yeah.
never made any connection within. There was no connection within at all. And it was just
Yeah.
important. And it was like, there's a problem, there's a void, there's something that I got to do. And I can say that my first mindfulness practice was gratitude, which is something that I use every day of my life, multiple times a day. You actually know Estelle. At the time we lived together, and Estelle was like, you know what? Every night you're gonna write 10 things you're grateful for. And I was like, then this is horrible. How am I gonna find ten things that I'm grateful for? And the first day it was hard. The second day it was a little bit easier. So on and so forth until it became a very important practice in my life. And from that point, I started, researching what gratitude, what is
Hmm.
gratitude? Why does it make me feel so good? And it led to me getting interested in personal development more and more. And this is something that I just implemented in my life by reading books, by doing other things, by
Yeah.
journaling more, by starting my journaling, my journaling journey. It started around that time, but it wasn't a business. This was something that I was doing for me. And then
Hmm.
that in that same around that same time, that's why things are always divinely aligned. I have a friend who was struggling with body positivity and who came to me
Hmm.
saying that she actually didn't feel good in her body, especially when she was intimate with her husband. It's not like the husband complained or anything, or the boyfriend at the time, but she's the
Yeah.
one who doesn't feel good. She's the one who doesn't feel sexy. And as a joke, I said, come on, come to my house. I'm going to teach you some things. I had no idea what I was talking about. She came with two other girls in my mother's living room. We had a couple of drinks, we talked, and then we danced. We every week after that, she brought more girls until my mom had to get
Oh,
out of her living room. And that's how Love Your Body was born. And Love Your Body was born, and I never changed the model. So 10 years later, if you come to a Love Your Body class, dance class, we have a drink. We talk for half an hour before we actually start the dance class. So I think that's like the trademark of the Love Your Body dance class. That's the particularity that makes it different than any other dance class. And because that portion was so important, the talking portion, I was like, there's got to be something that I'm doing that is good, because these women were so happy, writing me,
yeah.
sending me reviews, emails, telling me how they felt good about this conversation and something that I said. And at the time, my aunt, who was my professional mentor, I was working with her at the time, and she's like, "Do you know there's a career called life coaching, and there are different types of coaching. Do you know about it?" And I was like, "Nope, I don't know about it."
Oh,
And she sent me a couple of articles. I started reading about life coaching, and then I was like, this is God sent. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I've been a life coach certified for 4 years, and this is the
wow.
most fulfilling thing I've ever done. Like, apart from motherhood, maybe, this is the thing that is the most fulfilling. I'm grateful that I can live and take care and put food on my table and take care of my child by doing this. But
Oh,
I really am blessed and lucky, because every day I'm excited to go to work. I'm excited for all the projects that I have. I'm never too tired. And people think that I give and then that's it. But by giving
mm-hmm.
to my clients, by impacting my clients, it empowers me too, because I learn from them. Because coaching is about connection and talking, and sometimes I don't think about something and a client says something, and then I have to go and research, and read more about that statement that they made, or think about it and write about it. So it's a ongoing blessing. It's the gift that keeps on giving, really.
Giving.
So that's my story. That's how I
Oh,
became a life coach.
this is such a beautiful story. I'm trying not to get emotional. Like, everybody who know me know how crazy I am about stories, because you see people, you see on the outside, but you cannot tell like what's going on inside and what they've been through to get to where they are. It's so easy, to make judgment, to compare, but there's always such a story, a journey
Yeah.
behind everything that
Yeah.
they've been doing and to get
Yeah.
to
And
the
I, and
point
I
where they
just
are
want to
now.
add, because you're talking about stories, and that's actually how the idea of Nana came through, of my podcast. It's because through stories, we can learn so much. Through stories, we can inspire and empower one another. So what you're doing, and all the other podcasters or people who just take the time to create a platform for people to tell their stories, share their stories, or we're doing super important work, because sometimes you just need to feel like you're not alone, because this person is
Yeah,
telling their story, but
definitely.
that's so many people's story too.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a beautiful way of growing and healing and connecting as human beings.
Especially with our background, you learn not to share certain
Mhm.
things because it's private, and then you keep everything inside, and at the end you don't even know what you're dealing with because it's so many
Exactly.
different things that you're keeping
Exactly.
inside, and then
Exactly.
one day it just explodes.
Yep.
So my next question is, what's the most important things that you think you've learned in life, and how did that impact your life today?
um to be honest, Rowan, I'm 33 years old. I learned so many things in life.
No, don't say the age online. Come on, I'm trying to do 30 forever.
I learned so many things in life. But I would say that lately, the one
Mm,
thing that I learned is that you can always start again. You can
mm,
always begin again. Until it is the end, it is not the end. And this is something that has helped me. This is something that I think has helped many others, because I've been saying it for the past year maybe. It is important to understand that no matter what's going on, no matter how low you're feeling, it's not the end. There's always you have the power, you have the opportunity, you have the the abundance around you, there's resources around you, the people you love, your own strength. There's so many things that you have, that we all have, to begin again. And for me, it helps because I do like to say it. You know, you're in the medical sector, you know that depression is not something that goes
Yeah,
away. If you are diagnosed with
exactly.
depression, it means that you're prone to be depressed many, many times in your life. And, you know, it might scare some people. Some people might be like, and she's a life coach. Yes, that's exactly why I'm a life coach, because I know that no matter how depressed, no matter how down I can be, I can always get back up. And that's the gift that I want to share with everyone, is tell everyone, yo, it's not over until it's over. There's always a way out. There's always a way to get back up. It might be hard. You might not be able to do it alone, but there is a way. So this is something that has helped me, because I had to start over many, many times. I'm starting over again for many reasons in my life. And it's just something that I've learned to accept and embrace and actually enjoy, I would say. So that's what I want to share. But there are so many other things I
And
learned.
I love that you said that, and not trying to take over, but also I wanted to add real quick, there is no shame in starting over.
Yeah.
Because as you were saying, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because it's something that I struggle with, right? Like, moving, coming from Haiti, coming here, and having to kind of start over and going through the phase of, you compare yourself with everybody else. It's like, oh my God, I should
Mm-hmm.
have done this. I should have been there. And
Yeah.
like, no, wait, hey, it's okay. Everybody's life is different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's process and steps are different. And,
Yep.
there's no shame in there. And so, yeah, I really love that you said that. That really
I'm
kind
glad
of
it
hit home.
resonated.
Yes. Um, what would your parent, how, sorry, would your parent, I know you said you mentioned your mom, right? But how is your parent describing what you do for a living?
You know what's funny? I
I
was
was, and I was really asked that because, Haitian parents, they had like these expectations. You're gonna
um
go to school.
I think that I actually asked them to tell me what I do before the call, because I had some, you know, I was like, what do I do? And I was pretty impressed, especially
Wow.
by my dad, because they understand clearly what I do. But it was a process. When I started, you know, in petite anecdote, when I started the Love Your Body dance class, my mom told me I would never, by posting these sexy videos, she was like, "You're never gonna find a corporate job. You know, you're never gonna, you know, this is gonna affect your professional life." But that's because I guess she didn't understand the whole coaching through dance and what dancing in a sexy way, in a feminine and a sensual way. She didn't see past that. But I've been doing
Mm,
this for 10 years. Come on. So we're very close. And I think my parents are very interested in what their
mm-hmm,
kids are doing. So they ask a lot of questions. They're very patient and they don't stop us. It means that even if they don't agree, my mom and my dad have
mm-hmm,
always supported me. I've always supported all my projects, whether they understood it or not. So I think that today both of my parents are very proud of what I'm doing. They understand clearly what I'm doing. They're my number one supporters. They're my number one cheerleaders. My mom and my dad. My mom, because she's on the internet. Daddy's not on social media, but my mom is the first to like every video, everything that I post. She's the first to share. It doesn't mean that she can be like, That's a little sexy, girl. Are you sure? Or, you were a little emotional, or you shared a little bit much, or whatever. She's always going to have her
Mhm.
opinion. But I think both of my parents understand and value what I do. And my dad even said that today. He said that was your calling, and they appreciate
Oh,
and they're happy for me, because not everybody has that blessing, because doing what you love as a job is definitely a blessing. So on that level, they got it. And for a long time, I
oh,
would joke and say, "You guys have no idea what I'm doing, right?" Especially my dad. And he was like, "Nope, I'm not sure what you're doing, but hey, do you." But today, after 10 years of doing the Love Your Body dance class, 4 years of being a life coach, my parents have been guests on Nana podcast.
oh,
So they get it. They get it. They're proud and they're supportive.
oh, we're so happy for you. That's so beautiful.
Thank
Because
you.
obviously not everybody gets that. So that's
I'm
amazing.
sure.
That's great.
I'm blessed, and I'm very grateful.
Okay. So what's the best comment that you ever read from your client or followers? What's the best compliment you ever received?
I think the comment that keeps coming back is, thank you for your authenticity.
Mm.
But why is this comment so important is because others would tell me, you say too much, you share too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I'm grown, and I know what there's nobody forcing me to say anything. And there's a lot that I don't share necessarily, but I know why I share. I share because I know that by sharing, as you were saying, as by sharing my stories, my struggle, my happiness, everything that I can, I know it touches lives. I know that it makes people relate. Because if there's one
Yeah,
thing that we're all scared of, is to be alone. It's to struggle alone, it's to be alone. And it doesn't matter who it is, when you hear or you find someone who is going through the same thing, it kind of gives you that support that you needed to keep going forward, especially if they keep going forward. Because if there's one thing that I want to say, is that I choose to share a lot of moments of happiness, because for the most part, I'm a happy girl. But also, when you're sad, you don't think about grabbing your camera and filming yourself crying, obviously. But I do share when I'm not okay. I do share that there are days that are not great, but the message and the brand, and the message beyond my brand, is everything that I just said at the beginning, is that no matter what is going on, you can save yourself. Self-love
yeah,
will get you to get up and remember yourself, remember your strength, remember all the things that you've done, remember that you've been through a struggle before and you got out of it. So what's the problem? Life is, there's always going to be struggles. So
exactly.
so me being authentic is the best gift that I can give to people who follow me, who are
Yeah,
inspired by me. And every time I get reminded, like, thank you for being so authentic, it tells me, okay, me, keep doing what you're doing, you know. And obviously, thank you for helping me
yeah.
reach this project, because that's what I do a lot. As a coach,
Mhm.
mainly I help people get to a specific goal or a specific mindset. And a lot of times I would get comments or messages from clients that I haven't talked to in a while, and they're like, Amy, this is what I've accomplished, or this is where I'm in life now, and thanks to you. So those things are really rewarding.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. And then obviously, as being human, we go through so many different emotions. Like there's no way you can be happy 24/7.
Exactly.
Things
Exactly.
happen, life happen, and there's no need to be so focused on putting on the facade and kind of like
Hmm.
because it's not realistic. So,
Yeah, and her friend
like
told me, but you show that you're okay all the time. I say, who thinks about getting the phone when they're crying? Who thinks about getting the phone when they're crawled up in bed, screaming and hurting, not me.
And
But
most of the time, you don't even want to be around people when you feel
exactly.
like that. It's
So
like, I want to just sleep all day long.
exactly. So it's totally natural that these moments are not right there on the internet for everyone to see, but I have no fear or no shame in sharing that there are moments where I do spend a lot of time in bed crying, crawled up under my sheets and not wanting to talk to anyone. But I just don't know how to show that. But I don't have a problem talking about it. I'm not faking anything. It's just that, and the thing about Instagram is that you share whatever you want. So I share what I want, basically.
Thank you. And what you share is beautiful, so you're good.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is something people tend to misunderstand about you?
Hmm. I always felt misunderstood, to be honest with you.
Mm.
I don't know if it's misunderstood or judged. Um, So let me tell you a paradox is that I'm a life coach. So because I'm a life coach and I brand myself, especially on the internet, as a life coach, people expect for my life to be perfect. A lot of times I get messages as a life coach, blah, 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 as a life coach. So as a life coach, how can you be divorced? As a life coach, how come you don't have the same friends in 1999? As a life coach, how come you are not super fit? As a life coach, how come, I have habits that I will not, I have that I probably not, I'm not going to talk about them right there, but I have habits or bad habits that I have as a human being, and people are like, as a life coach, how can you not, so I think that I cannot say one specific thing, but I think that people that don't understand that my job is that I understand that I need to work on myself. It doesn't make me human. It doesn't pressure me to be perfect. I have no intention on being perfect. Perfection does not exist, and I'm okay with me. And I think people judge a lot. Okay. A friend of mine, not a friend, somebody that I knew said, because someone was being mean on the internet a couple of weeks ago
Mhm.
or months ago, I don't even remember. And a girl was like, well, I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but it's kind of like you had different friends through your life. And, as a life coach, I would like to see some stability.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
the truth is, love your being. Me, Emmanuelle Georges, life coach, certified life coach, works every single day. So I have clients. I am grateful for that. I have people who are drawn to me, who I've worked with, who I've had amazing results with. I am not for everybody, and it's okay. If you base my if you base my ability to coach you or my professionalism, by judging the fact that I don't talk to certain people anymore, then that's unfortunate. And
Well,
the truth is, Joanne, I'm okay with not talking to these people. A lot of the people that I don't talk to, I made the choice not to talk to them anymore. So that's one thing that is a problem, is that people have so much high expectations from me because I'm a coach, but I'm human and I'm okay with that, you know? So
I mean, I cannot stop laughing because I mean, to my mind, it's mind blowing. It's not making any sense. Because as a life coach, you grow and you go through different phases in your life, and you meet different people. And depending on how you are, the moment you're living, you will meet different people, and you get closer to
I
some,
mean, but
and
you
then
know
you
what? I
grow.
forgive all the people that say that, because life coaching is a complex career, or it's a job that is very complex. There's so many things that I do as a life coach, but I get it. It's kind of like, are you going to trust a financial advisor who's not financially stable? Are you going to trust a nutritionist who probably is overweight? Maybe not. So I get where it comes from, but I don't let it affect me, and I try to explain the fact that life is not the same thing as I always say that life coaching is something that people discuss a lot, because the truth is life is
Mm-hmm.
not a science. There's no book to
Yeah.
say, okay, this is how you're supposed to live your life, so it
Yeah.
is a complex work that I do. So I don't even take on, I'm not even mad when people make these comments.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Some people will work with me, some others won't, because I don't have the perfect life and I don't have the same friends and I'm a divorcee. Hey, it is what it is.
I don't even want to comment on this because we're gonna stay here all night. Okay. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment to until like today?
Love your body.
Mm.
Love your body. 10 years. 10 years. I was 22-year old
Oh my God.
young woman getting out of depression with a project, with a fire, with something inside of me that I didn't understand, and I just followed my gut and I did it, whether things were easy, whether they were hard, whether it was bringing me money. Love Your Body started by being something that was for free, and then it was $5 American. Today it's still
Wow.
$25, 25 dollars, but it's just that it's the one thing that I stuck to for the longest. So if you want me as a life coach, don't think about my personal life, but just think about the fact that I have this little project that grew to the point that I'm celebrating 10 years. So that is definitely my biggest accomplishment.
I think your honesty will be the reason why I want to have you as a life coach.
Yep. So that's
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
That's definitely.
This,
And then obviously, there are many things, Joanne, and that's what I want to tell people. We do so much and we don't give ourselves credit for it.
yeah,
I've accomplished a lot. That's probably the biggest. That's probably the accomplishment that is out for everyone to see. But in general, it's getting back up no matter what is going
yeah,
on, no matter what I'm going through. There's that little thing inside of me that loves life, that loves myself, that is grateful for all the things that God granted me with. And I'm not giving up. I'm not going to reduce my life to the failure. I'm not going to reduce my life to the pain. There's so much to celebrate about myself, about my life, about the world, about life in general, about people, that there's no stopping for me. And that is my biggest accomplishment, is that no matter what, I always get back up and I will always get back up.
and the strength behind it, you are,
Yeah.
very
Yesterday,
strong.
yesterday I was watching The Woman King. Have you seen the movie?
No, I'm supposed
No.
to go say it, so don't spoil it for me.
No,
Okay.
I'm not. But I mean, you know the general storyline, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like I was crying because I'm super emotional. So get ready. If you're emotional, you're going to cry.
Oh my
And
God.
then, and then there's a line she kept saying, relentlessly, we will fight. And
Hmm.
she said that many times, one of the characters, and I was crying because that's how I feel. Relentlessly, I will fight. Relentlessly, I will continue to go forward no matter what happens. This life is a gift, and relentlessly, I will stand up and grab my life and do what I got to do and celebrate and thrive and look for happiness and work to be a better human and work to better my life, my kids' life, my friends' life. I mean, there's no stopping. So, yeah, that's my biggest accomplishment.
Oh my goodness, Emma. Your story itself is so inspiring. And,
Thank you.
personally, I can relate to so many different pain points. I mean, obviously, you are beautiful on the outside, and everything that you went through made you stronger and
Yeah.
more beautiful to my eyes. So
Thank you. Thank you so much for
thank you
saying
for
that.
sharing all of
Thank you
this.
for having me.
Obviously, of course. Um, if you could go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give her?
Chill. At 18, I was very, like I told you, I was very on the outside. There was no connection within. I was too. I didn't connect with myself enough, but I didn't know how. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would tell her chill, and then I would tell her, girl, you're gonna do so much. Your life is gonna be so great, but chill. Like you don't need to be loud. You don't need to rush. You don't need all that drama. There was a lot of drama in my teenage years. Like, chill. But I would also tell her, like, you are going to have a great life because I think sometimes we're so scared of the uncertainty
Mm-hmm.
that, maybe not when I was 18, because I was 18, I was fine. But when I was in my 20s, I wish I could tell myself, yo, it's all going to be all right. You don't need to worry, because I'm no matter what is going on, and I can tell you that my life is not perfect, not near perfect, but I am happy. I'm happy, I'm grateful. So if I knew that, maybe there are other things that I would have done, other risks that I would have taken, um because at the end of the day, here I am, and I'm fine. Thank you, Shakira. Thank you. I saw a lot of the comments, but I don't want
Yeah.
us to not go through all the questions Joanne has for me. Thank you
Okay.
for the compliments. Thank you for being here.
Can read some of them towards the end. We're almost done. What advice? No, first of all, where do you see yourself in a couple of more years?
I see myself rich.
Listen.
I see myself rich in all the ways possible. I am rich already, but I see money in my bank account. That's definitely
Nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. And actually, this is something that I had to unlearn. I always thought that because, my parents were not rich, because I'm not a doctor, because I'm not a corporate guru, I'm not a corporate shark, that maybe I wouldn't be, but I have a lot of money. And I had to work through this. And yeah, in a couple of years, I want to be very well established financially. I see myself in love, you know, with a great man who's going to be crazy about me. Um, this is I see
Speaking.
myself, but I see myself at peace. I see myself
Mm-hmm.
happy. I see myself laughing all the time and happy, at peace, you know. Yeah, that's about it. Money and success, of course, love and peace of mind.
Very important. Um, what advice would you give someone who's trying to pursue something like yours? You know,
You gotta
and it's kind of like struggling, whether with starting or moving forward.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've met a lot of people who approach me about being a life coach, and it happens that many of them, I don't think personally that they're fit to be a coach, because coaching is something that's trendy right now. So a lot of people just want to be a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy thing to get. Like there are many programs, but they're not hard programs. You don't need a big degree to be a coach, and sometimes that's not enough. To be a coach, your why has to be clear. There's got to be more than just looking for a career or looking for the financial aspect of it, or it's really something that has to come from the heart. I always say I didn't choose to be a coach. Coaching chose me, and that's what a calling is. That's what a mission feels like. It feels like it called you. It feels like this is what you're supposed to do. So for me, coaching is definitely a vocation. That's one. And also, I would say, define your niche market. That's very like business wise. Like you need to know who is your market, because there are so many people and so many coaches and so many resources. Who is your niche? Where are you going to start? Where are you going to concentrate your business? You need to figure out what is your specialty, because as we were saying,
Yeah.
life is something that is so very complex. So what is it about life coaching that you're interested in? You know, me, it started with self-confidence and self-love, and then it became mindfulness, and then, I started getting interested in the business side of it. So I took a certification. I'm a certified business advisor. So especially with the specialty of leadership, the leadership portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you need to figure out what it is that you want, and who who you're gonna who you're gonna reach. And then it's a lot of work. It's a life coaching is how would I say that? It's built with the community that you built around you. It grows with the community that you have. There's no life coaching if you don't network, if you don't build a community, if you don't believe in community. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a bunch of Joannes who invited me to talk, whether it's on their platform, on TV, on lives, on podcast or whatever, or write about me. It There wouldn't be in me or love your being or love your body if the girls didn't invite their other girls and their other girls and their
Yeah.
other girls to come to my classes. There wouldn't be that. There wouldn't be in me if Nana didn't have followers and people who listen to it. If you don't love people genuinely,
Yeah.
and then if you're not strong, if you don't know how to take care of your mental health, you cannot be a life coach, because you need to be strong mentally to be able to help others and not let their stories and their load invade your load, and then for the conversation you have with them, or the sessions you have with them, they can drain you if you're not
Yeah.
careful. So it takes a
Definitely.
very I'm very anal about my mental health. I take care of me. I know what I need. My clients know this. It happens not all the time that I say I'm not in a space where I can coach today. Can we reschedule? It
Mm-hmm.
happens. And again, that's my
Yeah.
authenticity. People might see it as unprofessional. But for example, I was supposed to
No.
start the Love Your Body Challenge because I did it last year, and I wanted to do it this year, especially that we're turning 10. But I think that Monday or that Sunday, I received a bunch of messages about what was going on in Haiti. Obviously, I canceled it. And I don't feel bad for it because I was hurting. If I'm hurting
Mm-hmm.
so much, what do I have to pour into you? I don't have anything.
Exactly.
So it's a very complex job, and you gotta love it. I said a lot of things, but you gotta really love it, you know?
And I think people will feel it because there's something, that coming out of you when you're into it, not, not just to do it, but for the people. You feel that. You
Exactly.
feel people will definitely be drawn to you or not. You'll be like, oh, no, this person?
But in our community, it's definitely something that's hard because mental health is still not a priority in our community. So I mean, I don't know if it would be different in another community because the other communities are even bigger. So there's avantage, benefits, and inconvenience. But like I have a class that I think is great that I sell for $100, which is not the price of an online class about personal development, but this is the price that I decided to sell it for. And I've never had a full class because people are not going to spend $100 in a class where
Yeah.
they have to commit to 1 hour and a half every Thursday. So it is hard, but you gotta love it because I did this class. This is my third cohort. I'm going to do it again at the end of the year. And it's not something that's gonna happen du jour au lendemain. It's not something that happens just like that. You gotta work hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, where can our listeners connect with you after this?
Well,
Somebody had any question, they want to register for the classes, where
um,
can they find
I
you?
have I'm mostly on Instagram, honestly. So I answer my DMs regularly. If you DM me, I will answer. I also have a Calendly. I have a link. if you want to have a discovery call, it's a 30-minute discovery call. It's free, where you can just ask all the questions you might have about life coaching, figure out whether life coaching is something that would help you for a particular issue, for something that you've been thinking about. I'm available. But if you have me on Instagram, then you have me, because that's where I post everything, whether I post a class that I'm giving, a workshop, a big event, alive. That's where I am. Instagram is my marketing platform, because I can't handle a million things. So if you connect with me, you follow me on Instagram, then you have all the information you need. And like I said, although no get followers, no, but I still try to reply. I might not reply right
Mhm.
away, but I make sure I reply as much as I can.
All right. So that's all I had today. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
want to say thank you
you.
once again. You
Thank
were
you, guys.
so
Your
open
questions
and
are great.
I try. Let me see. Somebody,
Thank you,
okay,
Tam.
team.
Tam
Yeah.
said, life coach is empathic life. We feel deeply what others feel. Coaching is a call from above. We are chosen. And Amy is a beautiful soul. Ashe. Thank you, Tam. I suppose you're a coach too. So let's keep doing our work. I always say that there's a song, a gospel song. The name of the song is I Give Myself Away. And
Mm,
when I listen to that song, I can feel it, because I always say, God, use me,
mm-hmm.
this talent, this gift to connect with people, to inspire people. You gave it to me. So help me figure it out. Help me come with other projects. Help me connect with the right people. Sometimes I say, give me
Mm.
clients. Think, God, things are hard, but this is, you gave me this. So, help me. So yeah. Oh, you're a tarot reader. So it's definitely a calling, and I'm blessed, because a lot of people come to me and they're like, I don't know what my calling is. I don't know what my mission is. And je vais profiter. I'm gonna take the opportunity to say that we're all different. Our missions are different.
Yeah.
Sometimes my mission is something that is known. My mission is I use Instagram as a platform. People know about me. I have Nana. I'm a dancer. But and it's my job, but your mission doesn't have to be connected to your job.
Yeah.
Sometimes being
Exactly.
the mother of a specific child is your mission, because this
Yeah.
child could not have had another mother but you, and that is
Yeah.
your mission, to grow this child and guide this child, for them to be able to accomplish their mission. So it is definitely not something that is black and white, that your mission is connected to your job or your career. No, it's different for everyone. When you are like me and it is connected to your job, then it is a blessing, but it doesn't happen every day. And it's
Yeah.
okay. But people always
And
think
don't let it,
it has to be some
yeah,
big
go ahead.
thing. No, it doesn't have to be a big
No.
public thing. Your mission can be something that is so private and so special nonetheless. So yeah.
And don't put no limitation in yourself because you said
Exactly.
that you can do this and not do this. Like
Exactly.
all the different people I've met, something always been so inspiring about them is they always been doing so many different things. People
Exactly.
might see it at, you're so confused, you're unstable, but I don't think that necessarily true because who said you couldn't do it? You know, or obviously you cannot do it all, but who said you had to limit yourself in this specific area and not
Exactly.
embracing
There's
the
no life, and
others.
that's what I love about being a coach, actually, is realizing more and more that life is not black and white. We're different. We have different missions. We have different visions. We're different. So our lives are different. Nothing is black and white. The way that I love is not the way Joanne loves. The way what Joanne is looking for in a relationship is not what I'm looking for. What makes me happy is not necessarily what makes you happy. And that's okay. And that's the beauty of life. And that's the beauty of us being on this earth together, is our diversity. So that's one thing I love about my job. My job has allowed me to stop judging, because we all judge for a while. Like, you're young, you don't know. But seeing, first of all, own life. When I realized that, things I thought I would never do, feelings I thought I would never have, and I'm like, whoa. So maybe I shouldn't judge people, but being a coach and meeting so many different people, coming across different situations, you can't judge. You know, life is complex. So I really love what I do.
I'm so happy for you.
Me
So
too.
happy to see you smiling,
Thank
and
you, Joe. Thank you for having
I'm embracing your story,
me. Thank
and
you.
I'm really so grateful that you said yes, and
Of
then
course,
I'm really hoping,
I
I'm
rarely
really
say
hoping,
no.
and hoping we could do more work
Of
together.
course, of course.
So I was trying to see if anyone has any question in the chat.
I didn't see any questions really, but we can just ask, you know, if anyone has a question, this is the
Yes,
time.
I was scrolling. Yeah, I see. I don't know if anybody want to ask any
You're
questions.
welcome, Tam
Thank
65.
you, Tam.
Many blessings your way too. I guess no questions.
I know. So on that note, okay, I want to say thank you to everybody who joined. Right, it was so beautiful. Once again, oh my gosh, yeah. Personally, I learned so many different things about you that then it's been a long time. Oh my
Yes,
gosh, the years.
yes.
Like you're not a little girl
I didn't
anymore.
even
Oh my
realize
god.
it was you because, you know, it had been so
What?
long. No, when you wrote to me, it was kind of like, okay, you know, she's doing great things, blah, blah, blah. You know, once you got there, I went to check, who the hell is this girl?
Wow.
And that was it. And then it's looking at your pictures that I realized it was you. So it was great to connect
Wow.
again. It was great to have this conversation. Thank you again for having me and allowing me to share my story.
Of course.
And I cannot
Anytime.
wait.
Always
And
welcome.
I cannot wait to take out. I don't know if my makeup artist is still is online. I cannot wait to take out these lashes and all this makeup. Because I
So
kept it for
beautiful. They're
you.
so
I
beautiful.
kept it for you.
Thank you. It was amazing. Beautiful.
Thank you, my love.
All
Thank
right. Thank you so much, everybody. So I'm gonna see you guys again tomorrow afternoon. And thank you, Emma. I don't know if you have uh, one last note, one last
I'll just
words.
say, you know, follow me. Joanne, you have a question from my mom actually, or you're a life coach.
Hi, Mama's mom. No, I'm a nurse by profession, and I'm an author. And I also started a nonprofit. So I work with people who's been exposed to domestic violence because I'm a survivor myself. So that's what I do. And I started conversation with Joe just to give a bunch of other people because like I said earlier, I love stories. I've seen how they impact me and I see my story impact other people. So I wanted to give other people the chance to come and talk about the story as a way of inspiring others, showing them that, what you are now doesn't have to define where you're going. And obviously, everybody has different stories. You can't see somebody and decide, like their life was beautiful because of what you're seeing on the outside. So that's why I got a bunch of different people coming and we talk about what they've been through, where they're going, stuff like that. So, yeah.
All right. Joe,
All right.
we will definitely talk again. Maybe I'll do a live and you'll be my guest.
Listen, thank you in advance.
All right.
Okay, so,
And then,
all right.
but I have someone who made a comment. Tala, listen, my eyes are feeling heavy with these things. Okay, so as soon as I hang up the call, I'm gonna take it all off. She's
Listen,
the Tayu tinted by Tattoo. She's the one who did my
okay,
makeup, and she's like, "You look so great." I'm like, "I
you
know this is
are.
my pleasure."
Oh my gosh, you look beautiful, amazing, and then great smile.
Thank you, thank you. All
All
right,
righty,
Joe.
so I'll see everybody tomorrow, and thank you, Emma. I wish you so much success, and
Thank you, thank
and
you.
hopefully one day I can see you in person.
All right, I hope so.
Yes, we have to work on it.
All right.
All right, bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.